Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. One of the very popular verses of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 47. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuvu ma te sambhostu akarmani. We saw Bhagavan is instructing Arjuna as per his previous instruction to go beyond all the three gunas by saying, may you not get attached to inaction, that is going beyond tamoguna. May you not get attached to the fruit of action, and may that alone not be the motivator for your action, so going beyond rajoguna. And by remaining in sattva-guna and performing action, all the duties with the attitude of the worship of the Lord and receiving all results as prasad, one is able to go beyond that sattva-guna also to that state which Bhagavan wants Arjuna and through him all of us also to reach. This instruction, how it can be lived by us, we have seen to some extent. And after this, Bhagavan feels that this is just the Karma Yoga. Earlier he gave some introduction and some kind of salient features of this Karma Yoga. In this 47th verse, he indicated what this Karma Yoga is, and further in the following few verses, he is also trying to elaborate a little bit more about this Karma Yoga. How to put it in practice and what exactly is this yoga, all these things, few points he is, Bhagavan is mentioning. So we'll read verse number 48. Yogasthah kuru karmani Yogasthah kuru karmani Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva Samatvam yoga uchyate. He says, hey Arjuna, hey Dhananjaya, the one who is very good at gathering, collecting money. So you have collected a lot of wealth for the Rajasuya Yajna, etc. But the inner wealth also you need to collect. O Dhananjaya, Kuru Karmani. Now here, if we look at what Bhagavan is saying, his words, he says, Karmani Kuru. perform actions. Now, is this an instruction that is required? Do. No, we have to do, we will do. And further in the third chapter, he mentions also that there is not one moment that one can live without performing any action. So, do something or perform action that is not required to be an instruction. Upadesha is not required. But here, perform action, but how? The how part. So, this itself indicates very clearly that yes, what part is required and what part is kartavya karma, the duties, but how is more important. That is why this is here the word karma yoga is not used anywhere. Buddhi Yoga is used. Why? Although it is a path of action, but why Buddhi Yoga? Because it is the attitudinal change and it is not change of action. It is not that a specific action is prescribed here, it is the attitude. Therefore, how is more important here than what? So here, karmani kuru, but how? So first he is saying, yogastha. Being established in yoga, perform karma. Yogastha karmani kuru. So you perform actions that anyway you do, but staying established in yoga. What yoga are you talking about? Which yoga? Yogastha. So yoge sthitva, having established or remaining established in yoga. Which yoga? So already that yoga was said that performance of duty as the worship of the Lord and receiving the results as His gift. That way, being established there. And Sangam Tyaktva. This Dhananjaya word goes with Sangam Tyaktva. Interesting that you are very good at fundraising. But if you raise funds just for yourself, nobody will give you anything. Where we go out collecting money, give me. Why? I want to build a house. Whose house? My house. So go away. Beggar. But if you say, I want to build a house for Bhagwan, means I want to build a temple. People say, take, I will also give. The attitude is different. That time we are not called as beggars. We are saying, oh, you are such a great sevak of the Lord. But if you say, for my house, they will drive us away. So here, it is not for me. So when you are very good at fundraising, Dhananjaya. But Mukta Sangha, Sangam Tyaktva, having given up attachment. So attachment is when we understand karma and karma phala, attachment we all understand very well. That there are some actions we are attached to and there are some results we are attached to, and most of the time both of them we are attached to. So I like doing this. So I want to do this. But then you don't like its result. I don't like its result, but I like doing it, so I will keep doing it. Very gross example is, whenever we have a wound and that wound dries up and it itches slowly. So you like scratching. Now while you scratch, that skin comes off, peels off, that dry skin peels off, but it is not fully dried, therefore there is blood and all coming out. You know it will be painful, it will elongate, it will postpone the healing. I know it very well, I don't want that to happen, but still, why? I like the action. Karma phala I don't want, I don't like the karma, but karma I like, so I am doing. So this is attachment to karma. And sometimes attachment to the phala, that if I do this, I will get this. So I do this so as to get. So sometimes I may not be attached to the karma, but the phala I want. So I spend 2, 3, 4 hours in the kitchen perspiring and why? Karma is tiring, exhausting, but after that, karma phala, that will be very good. Sometimes, some of the preparations, you have to keep the fire very low slowly it needs to cook. Someone who doesn't have patience, why are you putting, no, come on, full, finish it off fast. No, 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 it has to cook slowly. Why, standing there, you don't like standing there for a long time, and that too, in front of the fire and all, when already the weather is hot, and then you stand. One may not like it, but after that, the dish, so tasty. So karma phala I like, karma I may not like. So sometimes I'm attached to the karma, sometimes I'm attached to the karma phala, and sometimes I'm attached to both. So I like the action also, and I like the result of the action also. And both I am trying to hold on to. Here he is saying Sangam Tyaktva. Karmani Kuru Sangam Tyaktva. Often what we understand is, if there is no attachment, what is a motivating factor? Then nobody will act. Here he is saying you have to act, but without attachment. Is it possible? Of course it is possible. That is why he is saying it is possible. How is it possible? Any example is there? So we took this example last time, the last class, that this child falls off a bicycle. As a response, it's like a reflex action. Immediately we pick up the child. Are you okay? And all, and then put the child back on the bicycle and let it go. So what is that? No attachment to the karma also. No attachment. What attachment? We are not even thinking about it. There is no processing happening. It's straight away the hands. The legs have ran there. Hands have picked him up, put him on the bicycle. Okay, take care. Assuring him with the words. Gone. Over. And we forgot about it also. Didn't even remember that I did something like this. So, no attachment at all to karma, phala, nothing. But I did the action. And yes, it was my duty. But did I do it even understanding that it is my duty or thinking about it? No, I didn't even think it is my duty. It just happened. And when it happened, there was no ownership, there was no doership, and there was no expectation that I will get this also out of it. So, we do lot of such things. It is not that, no, when we become aware, we are already able to do it. It's just that we have to extend it to every activity in our life. And that sometimes becomes a difficulty. But then, here Bhagavan is saying that you understand this is the best thing. Little bit try, swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. You will be relieved from big fear just by practicing it for a little bit. Just try little. So, Sangam Tyaktva, Yogastha san. Here Shankaracharya beautifully says, you do this Karma Yoga, means perform your duties as the worship of the Lord. But Sangam Tyaktva means what? Don't even get attached to Bhagavan being pleased by your action. No, if I do this, Bhagavan will be pleased, then he will appear with Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. He will say, hey Vatsa, what do you want? You tell me, ask for a boon. I say, Bhagavan, you are giving me how many boons? He says, one boon. Okay. That one boon I am asking you for 1,000 boons. Give me 1,000 boons is my one boon. And then one by one I will give you the list of 1,000 things I want. So I feel that Bhagavan will be pleased, and if he is pleased, then I will not even aiming at Bhagavan will be pleased or Guru will be pleased. Nothing. Not even thinking that a person whom I am helping will thank me. If I give her the seat, she will say thank you. Not even that much. Sangam Tyaktva. I am doing it as a worship of the Lord. Does the Lord know? How does it matter? You do. This is so difficult. Puja Guruji says very beautifully that if it was easy, anybody can do it. It is difficult, therefore worth doing. That's why it is for us. The easy thing anybody can do. And everybody is anyway doing. So if it is difficult, it is worth doing. And when we do it, what we get is not these petty things, but something really great. So he's saying that Yogastaha, son, being established in yoga. And this established in yoga, he has said earlier also, that joy and sorrow, gain and loss, all these things, don't get bothered by it. And here also the same thing he says in this verse also, siddhi, asiddhi, success and failure. In this samo bhutva, don't get affected by this. So earlier what he had said, sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddha yujyasva. So here he is saying that siddhi asiddhi, achievement and non-achievement, samo bhutva, be equanimous towards both. Earlier he has said that this equanimity can be gained by the vision of oneness, that is through knowledge, and by action also, which is this karma yoga. He had said all these things before. Now he is saying that remaining established in this yoga, hey Arjuna, giving up all your attachments, perform your duties, and don't get affected by siddhi, asiddhi, achievement, non-achievement, conducive outcome, unconducive outcome. Don't get affected. Samo bhutva. See, samo bhutva, sometimes it is misunderstood. That samo bhutva does not mean that we don't understand what is the difference. If I am successful, I don't get it. Or unsuccessful, I don't get it. It is not like that. Because sometimes we feel samo bhutva means I should not be happy when I am successful and I should not be sad when I am unsuccessful. Little bit of happiness and sorrow will come. That's okay. It's a response. Natural response of an emotional being. That's okay. But don't make it don't equate it to the whole life. Don't make it the most important part of life. So it is okay. Sometimes it happens. Siddhi, asiddhi. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva. That I am looking at it as I am understanding and recognizing the difference between the two, but I am not getting affected by the two differently. I am understanding that achievement and non-achievement are different, but I am looking at them as the same level of reality. Both of them are equal in the sense that this will give me joy for some time and then again it will go away. This will give me sorrow for some time, it will go away. Both of them are temporary. Why should I unnecessarily trouble myself? Why should I give it so much of importance? So siddhi, asiddhi, samo bhutva, in both the conditions remain equanimous. Sometimes it can come as appreciation, it can come as, and here Shankaracharya Ji says, how can it come? He says, even through karma yoga it is said that you will get purity of mind. No, that also becomes siddhi for us. Siddhi means, it is not siddhi means, flying in the air or walking on water. Not that siddhi we are talking about. Here siddhi means achievement of purity of mind. Scriptures are saying, you do karma yoga, your mind will become pure. So, I am doing karma yoga since 1 year. My mind is not becoming pure only. Why? Because you are thinking, when will my mind become pure? I am all constantly thinking about siddhi and asiddhi. Means you are not doing karma yoga at all. Ma karma phala hetur bhoho. Don't think about the outcome. You are constantly thinking of the outcome. Where is it karma yoga? It is not karma yoga anymore. So don't think, it is not coming only, it is not coming. There is a story, I think in Panchatantra or Hitopadesha somewhere, the story is there. There is a monkey. He became the assistant of the gardener. So gardener said, I want to go on leave. So he left the monkey in charge. So monkey said, what should I do for the day? Give me the job list, task, whatever to-do list you tell me, I will finish it by evening. He said that, there's not much work. Yesterday I finished everything. Do one thing. There are, these mango seeds are there. I have just sown them yesterday. So just take care of them. Oh, mango seeds. Where have you sown them? In the earth it has been sown. I dug a pit and all. You remember? You saw it. Okay, okay, okay. So the mango seeds are there inside. I have sown them. Now you just take care of them and then give some water in the daytime. That's all. Not much required. You just take care. Okay. What will happen if I take care? If you take care, then slowly one small plant will come from that seed. Oh, then slowly it will become a tree. Oh, then this big tree like that it will also become a big mango tree. Then there will be mangoes on that. Really? Yes. So if you do this, then after some time when it becomes a tree, you will get mangoes. Oh, inspiration. Inspired by fruits. Literally. Okay. The gardener went. Now the monkey is going around. Here is where he has sown the seeds. Okay. Moving about. Moving. Gave some water. Looking there. What is happening? Anything came? Nothing. Let some more water going around. There is enough sunlight. Gardener told me to take care. Sunlight should be there. Water should. Everything is. Something came? Nothing came. All day he did this. Will anything ever come out? When the seeds are sown, karma is done. Then relax. The phala will come. Sometimes it will take time, sometimes it will be instant, whatever it may be, but it will come. So don't get impatient. So I get chitta shuddhi, my mind will become purified if I do karma yoga. Purification of mind will happen. But if we keep on evaluating ourselves, is my mind pure? Is it pure? Yesterday was like this, today is pure or not? So the impurity itself is this desire for purity. That itself is an impediment. And okay, purity of mind, and then after that I will get knowledge. Shankaracharya is saying this purity of mind and gaining of knowledge is siddhi, is the gain. And not gaining this knowledge, not getting purity of mind is asiddhi. He says, don't worry about that. You don't start evaluating yourself so much. Every little thing, I have been doing sadhana for 20 days, nothing has happened. 20 days or 20 janmas, I have not done anything. And today, from this janma, 20 days, I did something and suddenly I want transformation. How is it possible? This is unrealistic expectation. And as spiritual seekers, we may expect from the world, that is another thing. But from ourselves, we expect that we are some superhuman beings and we do sit down with eyes closed for 10 minutes and realized. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. And we open our eyes. And so the world is still like that only. I come out of that meditation hall. The wife of that man comes. Over meditation, go make one cup of tea, one for me also. Nothing in the world has changed. I thought everything will have become all mithya, maya, but still same thing. Yes, and it will persecute as much as it was. Why? Because we are expecting some kind of outcome, it will come. Nothing, even the highest knowledge also, if we keep expecting, or purity of mind we are expecting, it is not going to come because that expectation itself is the obstacle for the gain. Because who will say, I want it, I want it, I want it? The one who doesn't have. So by saying I want it, I want it, I want it, what am I reinforcing within myself? I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it. So that is what then I am realizing in my life. So he's saying, be patient. Don't get. So therefore, here beautifully he is defining yoga. What is this yoga? He says, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam is called yoga. What is Samatvam? Samatvam means equanimity. The state of being Sama. That is called yoga. Any pairs of opposite. We saw in the previous one of the verses, Nirdvandvo Nityasattvastaha Niryogakshematma. Nirdvandva. Dvandva means pairs of opposites. Sukha, Dukha, Labha, Alabha, Jaya, Ajaya, Shita, Ushna. All these things. And in the beginning of the second chapter, Bhagavan had said, Tam Stitikshasva Bharata. All these pairs of opposites will come in your life. Increase your forbearance. Be patient with them. They will come, they will go away. Don't worry about them. He said that in the beginning. And then he said that when your mind is under control and you're not worrying about the outcome, you're not worrying about what to get, how to get, and how to preserve what you already have, and when you are established in Sattva Guna, then automatically these pairs of opposites will not impact you, affect you. That here he is saying, Samatvam Yoga, that is yoga. Yoga is not sitting in some posture. Yoga is not regulating breathing. Take it in from here and out from here and in from here and out from here. What are you doing? I am doing yoga. And that too is yoga. There is no yoga. Yoga. What is yoga? Karmasu kaushalam. Yoga, samatvam yoga uchyate. It is samata, equanimity. Yoga is not physical in nature. It's equanimity of mind, samatvam. Samatvam also has a very beautiful meaning because the word yoga means union, joining, one with. So here, samatva means the state of being sama, and where sama is what? In the forthcoming chapters, Bhagavan is going to introduce himself. Bhagavan first now says, Arjuna, you realize who you are and understand yourself. And once you understand that you are not different from me, you will be liberated. This is the first 6 chapters. Then second 6 chapters, he is saying, who am I will tell you. And when he is telling about who he is, he says, in the 9th chapter, he says, I am Sama. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha. I am Sama. And Samatva means being established in that Sama. Being established in the Lord. Samatva. Being one with the Lord. That is called yoga. That is the highest meaning of yoga. Complete oneness, total identification with that supreme reality is yoga. Now earlier, before talking about this karma yoga and all, whatever Bhagavan said from the highest standpoint, that this supreme self is that which is never perishing, so you don't need to grieve. That supreme self being established in that here is also called yoga by the definition samatvam. Being established in that self. Sama. Samatvam yoga uchyate. And when we talk about actions, being unaffected by the actions, the likes and dislikes for the actions, the likes and dislikes for the results, being unaffected by any outcome, unaffected by all the pairs of opposites, that is called samatva. When we are playing a sport, let us say football, so if we have watched matches or ourselves played also, we would understand that a person is taking the ball and going towards the goal. While going, somebody else comes, intercepts and takes away the ball. He is not sitting and crying that he took away my ball. Oh, give me one more ball. No, he has taken away mine. I was playing with that and he took away. There was one minister who went for a soccer match and he had never known what is a soccer match. He saw that. Immediately at the end of the match, he announced, "You vote me to power. I will see to it that these 22 players, each one of them will have a ball of their own. They will not have to play with just one ball in between all these people. Each one should have their own ball. No player will sit and cry that I want another ball or he is taken away or something. Why? That time the mind is equanimous. Why? Because the mind is on the goal. So he's saying, oh, it took away. He'll run, he'll try and get it back and somehow score the goal. Even if he falls down, even if he gets hurt, even somebody says something, he is not going to react to anything, at least till the time that he has reached the goal. After that, all that reaction will come. After that, he will shout also. After that, he will fall also. After that, suddenly he'll start feeling pain also. All that will come. But during that time, what it is, that is samatva. Where I am not identified with the body, I am not identified with the mind, I am completely one with that goal and I am only working towards that goal. There is nothing else in my mind. And that, so anybody comes in between, whatever happens, I dash into something, nothing affects me. I am just this yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. This samatva, being unaffected by anything and just proceeding towards the goal, is called yoga. And it is an internal trait. It is not external. So when we say yoga and all, nowadays the popular part of yoga is asana and pranayama. That's all we see. And we say, who is a yogi? So somebody is sitting on the chair. He is not a yogi. Yogi, he'll always sit in Padmasana only. Otherwise, he is not a yogi. And not necessary. Where he is established, where really he is seated, that we can't see from outside. The real yogi is that. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Beautiful definition of yoga in this verse. That what is yoga? That equanimity of mind, where whatever happens, just be established in that equanimity. Do not get anxious, do not get impatient, just keep working. Now, after that, Bhagavan further says in verse number 49, Durena hyabaram karma Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya Buddhau Sharanamanvichha Kripanah Phalahetavaha. He says, Hey Dhananjaya, all these verses, Bhagavan is calling him by the name Dhananjaya. That the real inner wealth is this, Arjuna. Hey Dhananjaya, karma buddhi yogat durena hi avaram. When we compare karma with karma yoga, here buddhi yoga is used, but for our understanding I am using karma yoga. But here the word used is buddhi yoga. Why? Because here more of it is about the attitude and not about a specific action. So, compared to buddhi yoga or karma yoga, karma is far inferior. Durena hi avaram. Avaram means inferior. Durena means far inferior. So, very, very inferior compared to karma yoga is karma. Now, what karma are we talking about? Automatically, if it is not karma yoga, then we are talking about the kamya karma, and that too completely done for my spiritual, my material gain or my individual gain without considering anybody else. So that kind of self-centered activity, so durena hi avaram, it is far inferior compared to this. So I may achieve success. So we often, the world, what it compares. See, this people who are not spiritual minded, they survive this cutthroat competition and they are the achievers, they are the go-getters. That's how that spirit, Swamiji, spirituality actually weakens you, makes you weak. You're not able to perform, you're not able to. Here, Bhagavan is very clear. He says, it is far inferior means, it doesn't mean it's not an escape route that I will not succeed in the world outside. Gurudev used to say, if you can't succeed in this world, how can you succeed in the inner world? Because the inner world is more difficult than the outer world. Although the inner world is more straightforward, but we are used to complicated things. So therefore it is external world. If we can succeed there, only then we can succeed here. That is why for joining the Vedanta course, the minimum qualification is you have to be a graduate. Not a school dropout. Oh, you're not able to study? Oh, okay, come to become sannyasi. Study Vedanta. You can't study Vedanta if you can't study simple physics, maths also. Or any other subject. So here, the point here Bhagavan is making is selfish actions may be easy and one may succeed also, and one may be able to show the world, look how much I have earned. Okay. But the real success lies when success does not affect me or failure does not affect me. That is real success. Where I can stand firm on the path and steadily progress towards my goal, which I have myself set. When I have the strength to say no to my mind, that is called success. That's real success. And if that is applied in any field, I will succeed. But people, if they choose, they can do whatever they want to do. One sannyasi only, no? How many centers world over? More than 350 centers. How many ashrams? How many temples? And these are all like, every day the data is increasing. So this is all average data we are saying that, okay, this is what last we have heard. It might have increased by then. Just one person. And that was sannyasi. How many schools? How many medical, social, rural development institutions? How many people are inspired, touched and transformed? If we look at it, what phenomenal, which MNC has achieved so much? It's just amazing to see the data. And without any attachment, without being affected by any success or failure. Perfect Karma Yoga example. And achieved even worldly tangible success that can be shown to people. We can show. What is Chinmay Mission today? It's all this one Karma Yogi's tapas, and that is, we are sitting in that place. What is this? So, it is well demonstrated and established that it is possible. Even worldly success. So if I, as a spiritual seeker, am not able to achieve anything in the world, that is my weakness, not the weakness of the scripture. We have to understand that. I am not able to achieve because since the time I have, studied about Karma Yoga, I have just left everything. So that is your problem. The scripture doesn't say you leave everything. Scripture only says leave your attachment, not leave things, not leave your pursuit. Just don't get affected. That's all. Doesn't mean that, oh, I don't mind, failing also. Why? Because Karma Yoga says that you should not get up. Then you should not, then what is the point of I'm fighting a war? To what? Do you want to win? No, I don't want to win. I'm playing a game. Do you want to win? No, I don't want to win. Then why are you playing? You play to win, to put your entire 100% effort. In spite of that, if you encounter failure, it should not affect you. That's all. It does not mean that I am playing for losing only. That is no spirit. I compete, yes, I compete. And I win. But in case failure comes, it cannot affect me. It cannot, push me down. It cannot, in any way deter my further progress. Wherever I am, I immediately get up and walk ahead. That is what is real success. And it can be applied in any field. So he says, just for selfish considerations, if somebody is working, far inferior. It's like if we look at a pyramid where the pointed end is at the bottom. So that whatever is at the bottom is the purpose. So what is my purpose? Me. So me means the pyramid will be like this. It can never be stable. No samatva. Whereas if I include more and more, means I expand, then what happens? The pyramid slowly moves this way. Then it is stable. Samatva. So he is saying, Durena hi avaram karma. Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. This Karma Yoga is far superior and this selfish actions far inferior. So please understand, Buddhau Sharanam Anvichha. You take refuge in this Buddhi. Buddhi means this Yoga Buddhi. You remain established in this Yoga Buddhi. Keep your attitude right while you are acting. This is this example. If somebody goes to river Ganga and there are many people living on the banks of Ganga and they go to the river every day. They go and then wash their clothes. They may go and fill water. They go and take bath daily, day to day, all their chores. They go to the river for that. So they are living on the banks of Ganga and doing all these things. And there are people who go once in a while, like yatris and pilgrims. So they'll go there. And then for them, oh, Ganga Snan, oh, so auspicious. They'll go 1, 2, 3. And I feel I'm purified. So good. And take one bottle, fill Ganga Jal, taking it for my family, for my friends, everyone. Okay. Reverence. And there are some saints there. So saints go there. They say this, who is this Ganga? She is my mother. I have lived here, grown here. She is my mother. She is my provider, my nourisher. So, when such a saint with that bhava enters the river, they are saying, I am playing in the lap of my mother. And somebody like Swami Tapon Maharaj. So what is this? Brahman in liquid form, flowing Brahman. So what is that? There is no difference between me and that. Now if we think about this, everybody is talking about and engaging with the same river. The first person who lives there and just goes and bathes and comes. For them, what is that person's gain? It's some physical impurity, whatever dirt, etc., is cleaned over. Come back. The other person who goes there with some little bit of devotion and with that faith that all my sins will be washed away, for them, the mind becomes very peaceful and purified. At the same time, the physical cleanliness also happens. The mind gets purified, but the physical cleanliness is included in that. So it's not that for that person, the physically he will not be clean. He will be clean physically, but there is more that one person experiences out of that. And for that saint who feels that she is my mother, he feels that love, that compassion of that river also, in addition to purification of the mind and purification of the body. If you look at all these different people who are entering Gangaji, so the person who is going there with bhava of something even greater, the other things are included in that. But one going with an ordinary state of mind, only that much one gets. That is how, when we are performing actions just for our personal gains, our self-centered actions, then what happens? We will get something out of it. Okay, that's fine. But if we include a little more, then that in that little more, I am also included. So I will also get and others will also get. So it is that bhava that makes all the difference. And if I say I will get purity of mind, so whatever I am doing, even I am going to going to an office and I am working there, may I do it as a worship of the Lord. Then what happens? The purity of mind is gained, but that doesn't mean you don't get your salary. Your monthly paycheck will come in spite of you doing as a worship. No, you are doing as worship, you will get purity of mind, no paycheck. There is no such thing. You will get that also plus something extra. Whereas the other person who is only going for the paycheck will get the paycheck. That's all. So that is why Durena hi avaram karma. It is far inferior because it only caters to only a limited thing. Oh, is that so? Is that not partiality? You may say that, is that not partiality? You are saying that some people who are going there for purity of mind, they will only get purity of mind. Others will get only this. What is that? That is not right. Purity. The point is that purity of mind is available for everyone. That supreme knowledge is available for everyone. But only one who wants it, goes with that attitude, will gain it. Now, if I go to the ocean with a spoon, how much water can I bring? Only a spoonful. But if I go there with a bucket, I can bring much more water. But if I go and decide to stay in the ocean, I have the whole ocean for me. Nothing. What bringing? I don't want to bring only. I am only going there. None. One man wanted to bring the beach to his home. Said in the balcony, I want to sit on the beach. So he got some sand and some water and filled in his balcony. You think that was beach? Balcony के बीच में गंदा कर दिया. You only dirtied that place, nothing else. All the sand and ocean water I have got. Now I have my own beach. That's not going to work. Because it is not this much. I have only this much. So selfish actions will give me only this much because I have only so much to carry. Whereas Karma Yoga can give me much more, in which that little also is included. So Durena hi avaram karma is. That's why Buddhau Sharanam Anvicha Kripanaha Phalahetavaha, those people who are engaged in self-centered actions, they are Kripanaha. Kripanaha means pitiable. Why? Because they are only going and getting one spoon of water. And in that they are feeling very happy. I've got the ocean. See? Have you seen the ocean? No? Yeah. See the ocean. And they'll go to the mountain. In a Ziploc bag, they'll get one stone. Mountain. Himalaya. This is Himalaya. Take. Kripana. They're not even understanding what is it. Because that much only they have what to do. I have got this much. Oh, enough. I am happy. And then with little bit of here and there some accidental words of Gita will come accidentally into our ears and we will justify that. I am not very greedy and all, I am not looking for something big like, this knowledge and purity of mind. And I am very happy with my paycheck. That is enough. I am satisfied. I am not greedy for purity of mind and all. Very good. So we are thinking you are happy with one thing only. If one thing is enough, okay. Next month we will give you only purity of mind. No paycheck. Oh no, not like that. Justification also we will give, but it is durena hi avaram. Far inferior. So Bhagavan is very clear that whatever material gains are promised by performing any action, that will be gained by everybody, whether you do it selfishly or selflessly. But if you do it selflessly, if you do it as a worship of God, besides that, you will get much more, which is not available in the action done with a selfish state of mind. So actions need not be changed. I don't need to do anything new. I have to do whatever my duties are with a new attitude. And that attitude is worship of the Lord. I am doing it for Him. Even if it is very, very ordinary things. This is what gopis used to do in Vrindavan. Gokul Vrindavan, these gopis. They would get up in the morning and they will start thinking, what can I do for Krishna today? They'll clean the veranda, Krishna will come. So then there should not be any stones and dirt and all. Should be clean. So they are doing it for Him. Even if they are preparing butter and hanging it, He will come to steal. Maybe today, my chance. If He comes, I will tie it really near the ceiling. Let him bring more boys, so that bigger pyramid he should need. So thinking of Krishna only, everything. Bathing the cows for Krishna. Taking out milk for Krishna. Everything. Even feeding her own child or her husband or her father, she is thinking of Krishna. And how nice it would have been if I could feed my Krishna like this. As she is feeding her old father, she is saying, my Krishna is really so nice. She is doing everything for Krishna. And therefore, whatever work and its results, that all she gets. But much more she gets. Which ordinary people who are not remembering Krishna and doing may not get. But Gopi will get everything. That is why Bhagavan says further in the chapters ahead, says, just remember me and fight. Means, keep me in your mind, always remember me and perform your duties. Do it as a worship. Kripanaha phalaheta. Really pitiable is the condition of those people who are just engaged in selfish actions. So we have to understand, may we not belong to that pitiable condition. And the worst part of this is, we will not understand when we are in that condition. Because materially, socially, we will be very successful. So people will worship us in the society. Oh, multi-millionaire. Very good. Maybe, but little bit sugar less in my tea. I can't handle that situation. Immediately, blood pressure. Give me. What happened? Sugar less in my tea. Got very angry. Blood pressure is shooting up. Give me. Quick. Medicine. So that is a condition. And what is the point? There are so many people so-called successful in the world. In their house, there are like 5 to 6 different dishes prepared for breakfast. I have some 20 servants. All that breakfast the servants only eat. Why? Because this person, he has one bowl full of tablets. Once I saw that such a person, I said, so many tablets for the whole day. He said, no, this is only breakfast. Lunch is another like this bowl and dinner another. Bowl full of tablets. Literally, not exaggerating. And then said, what about all this breakfast? Who is going to eat this? Will you not have? Said, no, I can't digest any of this. So what are you having? Little bit that dal, water. When you cook dal, then some water will be there. Dal also I can't eat. Water is there, that I will eat. Little salt, because more salt also, BP will shoot up. That is my breakfast, and I will have that. Kripana phalahitava. Only thinking about what will I get, what will I get, what will I get, what will I get. So Bhagavan is very clearly mentioned. Samatvam yoga uchyate. So be connected to the Lord and perform all actions, all duties as a worship to the Lord. In the next verse again, we will get one more beautiful definition of yoga. So if you want to know, come tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.